Our human compassion binds us, the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. These words were spoken by Nelson Mandela, and they express so much of what it means to be a Rotary member and to take up the challenges of our times, to see beyond the divisions and conflicts, finding our singular human need for connection and for peace. Our theme this year is Create Hope in the World. 5 simple words that build on Mandela's invitation. Words that find Rotary at this critical moment in history ready to answer the call. To create hope, we must continue doing our most important work and to do it ever better than before. We must refocus our efforts to build peace across the globe. And we must help each other find peace within and share that ethic of care to the people we serve. So let's start by building on the amazing good work we saw on display in Melbourne this week and the tremendous spirit of renewal that President Jennifer has touched off and captured. So much of the work that I will do and that everyone in Rotary leadership should do is about building on the good ideas of others and showing proper respect for the efforts made before us. It's not about closing the door on a previous year. It's about building a bridge to the next. We have all embraced the importance of empowering women and girls and the need to fully unlock the potential within them. President Jennifer continued this campaign that began with President Shekhar, and I too will continue it in 2023-24. For several years, Rotary has kept and built on promises to empower Rotaract. And the results have been astonishing. And Rotaractors continue to encourage us with their eagerness to be not just full partners, but also Rotary leaders. Rotaractors can now participate in global grants. And we are so excited to tap into your knowledge and your enthusiasm. As you think of ways to participate in these grants, do keep in mind the importance of supporting our foundation and all the fun ways we can fundraise and support our areas of focus. The greater the resources we have in our foundation, the more opportunities there will be for grants and programs. Now, I hope you do notice a pattern developing in these recent actions. We're unlocking the potential of women and girls. We're elevating the status of young people. And we're also taking a strong stand in support of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Fully supporting DEI doesn't just mean increasing our numbers, important though those numbers are. The most important aspect of DEI is expanding a sense of belonging by making Rotary an open, inclusive organization that embraces the best people, the best ideas, and the best partnerships, no matter where they come from. People need to be able to look into Rotary and see themselves, and it is up to us to ensure that they do so. As we become a more welcoming and inclusive organization, we will change the face of Rotary and put us on the path to even greater accomplishments in the year ahead. Of course, Rotary's legacy will long be defined by our work on polio. It is and it remains Rotary's top corporate priority. There is so much we have done over the past 35 years of which we can be proud as we have followed our dream of a polio-free world. Together, we will end polio. And once that happens, when that happens, Rotary will deserve enormous historical credit. So this is the time for us to go beyond what is necessary year to year and make sure we provide every resource to succeed as quickly as possible. I don't need to tell you how important it is that we raise at least $50 million each year to receive the full Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation grant. But there's no need to stop there. At present, only about 1 in 12 Rotary members currently give to the polio campaign, with fewer than 1 in 5 clubs donating each year. We need to change that. When we celebrate the final eradication of polio, there is going to be a big party, and all of Rotary will want to be there. Well, to be at that party, you need to buy a ticket, and the cost of that ticket is a donation to the polio campaign. We need to heed the insightful words of Jonas Salk, the creator of the polio vaccine, who said, "Hope lies in dreams, in imagination, and in the courage of those who dare to turn dreams into reality." And so we need to expand our definition of hope and have the courage to share Rotary's vision with the world. One of the most important ways we can do that is to put a greater focus on peace. It is wonderful that Rotary members respond when war breaks out, be it in Ukraine, South Sudan, Yemen, Afghanistan, and all the other conflict areas of the world. We dig a little deeper to support refugees in their time of need. But we can't limit ourselves to just soothing the innocent victims of conflict. As our General Secretary, John Hugo, said earlier in the convention, we need to use the full power of Rotary to build positive peace and prevent conflicts. Peace is the soil where hope takes root. And we till this soil every time we create new connections between people and every time we find new opportunities for commonality. Over the next year, we will be introducing virtual international exchanges that build on our current programs and make them more accessible than ever before. In Rotary, we know that peace is not a passive dream. It is an outcome of hard work, earned trust, and often difficult conversations. We know that peace must be waged persistently and bravely. The bravest goal a human being can set out is the pursuit of peace. And in Rotary, everything we do, every single thing we do across all of our areas of focus helps build the hope that in turn makes peace and redemption possible. And as we help create peace across the globe, we must also work to find and create a similar kind of change within ourselves. Because for many people on this planet, lost hope is not just a function of material poverty. all of us face challenges that threaten our well-being. So many people are hurting. They have lost loved ones to disease, to war, to disasters, and their social circles have narrowed. Divisions have grown wider. Opportunities for connection have been lost. And sadly, children and young adults are feeling this loss the strongest, as for many, their education and their personal growth has been so badly interrupted. And sadly, there are many parts of the world where discussing mental health challenges is considered a weakness. We must change that. Right from the start, Rotary has been about embracing our humanity and building personal connections. We've grown into an amazing global network of 1.4 million interconnected community leaders who share a deep commitment to doing good in the world. But what makes Rotary powerful isn't just what we do for the communities we serve. We also support and empower each other by creating a safe space for our members to bring their whole authentic selves. We show each other comfort and care, and we ask each other two essential questions. How are you? But more importantly, how are you really? When we make these kinds of caring investments in each other, we strengthen our friendships, we strengthen our clubs, and we strengthen ourselves. Because the research shows that performing acts of kindness is the most effective step anyone can take to protect our sense of well-being and to make us more resilient to all the challenges life throws our way. I know what it's like to see someone close to me suffer in silence through adversity and be eaten up by it. And I'm sure all of us, perhaps unknowingly, have experienced loved ones suffering in silence. At the International Assembly in Orlando, I shared publicly for the first time how I had seen that all too close at hand when my only brother, Ian, descended into the depths of despair and depression that ultimately led him to take his own life 9 years ago. With the benefit of hindsight, Ian had been struggling for some time, despite being highly successful in his chosen profession, and despite having the most loving wife and family. But he just could not bring himself to ask for help. Was it for fear of being seen as weak? Was it for fear of being judged? Or was it even for fear of being rejected? We will never know. But believe me, these are three questions I continue to ask myself every day in life. I might venture to suggest that one of the main reasons Ian and so many others like him reach the point they do is that mental health remains such a taboo subject, and that mental health services remain in such short supply. I know that Rotary can do something about that. I am confident we can illuminate mental health needs near and far. We can help each other feel more supported as fellow Rotary members. And as neighbours, we can advocate for mental health services. And we can build bridges with experts in the mental health space to expand access to treatment. The good news is we are not starting this effort from scratch. The Rotary Action Group for Mental Health has been focused on these issues for some time now, and we will be looking to them for leadership throughout the year as we continue to build awareness. Rotary clubs around the world have already numerous mental health-focused projects, and mental health care fits comfortably within several of our areas of focus. There are some great global grant projects already underway that have tremendous promise. One in Rotary District 9910 in New Zealand is especially exciting. Anxiety and depression are affecting children worldwide at an alarming rate, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the situation is especially acute in Northland, New Zealand. A woman named Kat Levine created an innovative program called Think and Be Me, built on the proven, highly effective techniques of cognitive behavioral therapy. The project uses fun, interactive activities to teach children that altering the way they think changes the way they feel. This emotional literacy training is being provided to 9,000 children from Wellsford to the far north over a 3-year period. The program was heavily tested before rolling out across these schools, and we are confident that these children are going to gain skills that will benefit them for life. Only a few weeks ago, in India, I saw a similar wonderful initiative being implemented in District 3030 by the Rotary Club of Nagpur under the guidance of Rita Agarwal through a global grant in partnership with the Rotary Club of Naples in the USA. Wellness in a Box is delivering a depression awareness curriculum to ages 12 and older and a web-based Train the Trainer module. And it focuses on breaking the stigma of anxiety and depression and increasing awareness by enhancing coping skills and knowledge, by suicide prevention, and by training teachers as school counsellors. In addition to India, Wellness in a Box has been implemented in the USA, in Puerto Rico, and in Nigeria. It breaks stigma by showing treatment is available and, in some cases, preventable. It raises awareness with measurable improvements in knowledge, negative attitude, and confidence in help seeking. And it increases access to earlier treatment by communicating the local protocol for referral. The great thing is, both these initiatives, Think and Be Me and Wellness in a Box, are both replicable and scalable. Overall, right now, there are 41 global grant projects with a mental health focus underway. And I was especially heartened to see 12 of those projects being undertaken in South Korea, a nation with a historic reluctance to discussing mental health issues and home to one of the world's highest suicide rates, while I was there just 3 weeks ago. So I am delighted and I am excited that we have already begun to embrace mental health in the Rotary world. For 2023-24, we aim to prioritize it and hopefully make it possible to keep this commitment in the years ahead. To do this, I encourage you to help us erase the stigma associated with emotional well-being. Continue to show up for one another and be a caring friend. Come together to celebrate successes and lean on each other during more challenging times. I encourage you to help us raise awareness of mental health needs. Speak up and advocate for resources where they don't exist. I encourage you to help us improve access to preventative and interventive mental health services. Forge collaborations to help avert a looming public health crisis. It is an important task, and it is a big ask, but I am asking each and every one of you to become champions of this effort. I believe we can do this because our human compassion binds us, the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. So, as we cross that bridge into the new Rotary year, let us create hope in the world. Thank you.